Hey guys, Deslander Magic here, and in case you didn't catch it, Mythic Edition for War of the Spark was just released onto eBay today, probably about 30 minutes ago by the time this goes up, maybe a little bit more, basically 2 o'clock Central Time. And since it's eBay, it didn't crash, unlike Hasbro's garbage website, but I am hearing reports on Reddit that people were having issues buying it, like it just kept saying something about quantity, I don't know, something I've never seen. I do know from years ago, I don't know if this still applies, that if you want something kind of hot that's going to sell it really quick, that's getting a ton of attention, you have to add it to your cart, then hit checkout, not use buy it now. I don't know if that's what was up. Looks like some people on social media might have been using the buy it now button. I guess they didn't know about that little flaw in eBay's system. But I thought maybe that wasn't it because I was sitting there hitting F5 just watching how quickly it would sell out or if it would or whatever, basically just watching the dumpster fire. For the first couple minutes, it really wasn't going very quickly, and then it did, so maybe everybody was having problems. But I thought that somebody was just doing what I kind of joked about in the past, which is keep putting in an order for 10,000 over and over and over to close the auction and then have it really quickly refunded or something. And, just for fun, just to try that theory, I might have typed in a very high number and hit buy it now, but the JavaScript on the page prevents you from hitting buy it now. It just shows up in red saying that's above the allowed quantity, which I've never seen that on eBay before, ever. That must be some kind of little special deal they made with them. So I guess it wasn't trolls ruining the auction, unless they knew a way around it, which even I suspect I know a way around that. And here's the thing, right around the time when it hit 1,400 sales, it dropped the next time I refreshed the page to 900. I do not know what could cause that. So I don't know. It could have been a statistical anomaly, but every other time I watched it, the number was going up. And then it jumped by thousands at a time. So maybe they resolved the little quantity issue or whatever that everybody's posting the angry screenshots of online. Now, after about 4 minutes, I took this hilarious screenshot, which said, first of all, just short of like 50,000 people viewed it. By the time I took the screenshot, it probably was 50,000. So that's a lot of people focusing on one single auction. I sure hope they didn't all want it. So in line on the right, it says 4,340 sold in 1 hour. And I think that's a delayed statistic. I think that's calculated as like a show-off thing, like a bandwagon marketing tactic, if you're familiar with the term. So that's the least accurate. If you look in the bottom left, it says 10,734 sold. And it's not like the top one is, that's the number of sales made. No, that's the quantity. I know that from experience. And plus, even if all 4,300 bought two, that still doesn't add up. So yeah, the statistics were having trouble catching up, but we're talking like 15 seconds between refreshes here. So yeah, that's a lot of math. I mean, how many orders per second would that even be? It's a lot. Now in the bottom middle, it says more than 88% sold. And that 10,734 number is 89.45%. So I believe that field is also a real-time statistic. It is tied to the actual quantity left. So the one on the top right is like an after-the-fact, just like a marketing thing that they add as like a recurring, calculation when the server's not busy. That's my understanding of it. So people posting hilarious stuff like this contradiction, trust the number on the bottom. I've been on eBay long enough to know that. So it took about 5.5 to 6 minutes for them all to completely sell out. So here's a screenshot of it sold out. It looks like somehow they sold 11,995. I don't know if some got rejected or if that was the number they plugged in case they needed to go over. They printed 12,100 just in case, like in case something went wrong or something. I mean, come on. At least that's my guess at what they would do. Maybe it's 12,050, just a couple extra in case something happens, something goes wrong, somebody gets a misprinted one, they got to replace it. And then if they don't need them after maybe half a year, they'll just destroy them or whatever. Or sell them on the black market or give them out to friends and family wizards of the coast. Remember, they made a legally binding statement, as far as I can tell, that says, similar to Ravnica Allegiance Mythic Edition, War of the Spark Mythic Edition will be limited to only 12,000 units and will be available for sale, blah, blah, blah. Okay, whatever. So they told customers that. If they violate that, they lied. It's not like they signed anything or I signed anything, but they'd be on the hook for false advertising. Well, not even that. There's like an even worse one about like knowingly misstating something to your customers. So they cannot sell more than 12, and maybe that's why they actually put 11,995 as the quantity, just in case. Well, that seems like a good enough time as any to add in what happened 30 minutes later. As I was recording and editing this video, I hit F5 just for lulz, and it was back on sale again. And I thought, ooh, somebody at Wizards did an oopsie. Instead of hitting relist quantity 5 to sell the remaining 5, they hit relist all and sold another 12,000. But no, they sold another 12,300. And then I kept watching it. I took, sorry, I missed a screenshot the first time. I know that'll piss some people off, but I did get this screenshot where it was at 31,931, more than 88% sold. So, one quick question, Wizards. What the f***? You are legally obligated to sell no more than your advertising promotional page said, which said 12,000 on the dot. Not print run is limited, open-ended statement. You said it's limited to 12,000 and you just sold, let's see, what does the final sales page say? 35,784, which seems like an awfully weird, arbitrary amount. So obviously, 3 theories about what happened. 1, they had about 36,000 in the first place and just lied. It always was going to be 36. That's how many they printed, and depending upon how quick the first 12,000 went, they would just go back on their word, which is, by the way, illegal. Can't point that out enough times, and just sell more. Because remember what happened last time? It was, wasn't it 20,000 or 18,000, and they kept lowering it by 2,000 over and over and over by editing the auction because they were not selling, and like 8 hours later, oh, it's sold out. That's because they changed the quantity to 12. They made 20,000. They had 20,000 in the warehouse because they posted 20,000 for sale. So they just took the rest and burned them, I guess. I don't know what the hell they did. So the theory is because 20,000 went so well last time, it wasn't a giant embarrassment to them that they ran off 36,000 this time. I have trouble believing that, although the value of it is higher, clearly. I still think that buying a product where the entire value of the thing is propped up by 2 single cards is idiotic beyond words, especially when the last 2 printings of Jace were scooped up primarily by investors. So the supply is higher than the true demand, and if they figure that out and a couple investors decide to dump their M25 and their EMA Jaces, everyone will panic, get skittish, and start tossing these Jaces out for like $100 and the whole product will collapse. That's why if there was 5 or 10 fetch lands in here, I'd say, yeah, buy it. Like, even if there was a price dip, even if they printed too many, even if demand was lower, they're fetch lands. Who cares? Just Ugin and Jace. That's it. You can't prop up a product based on that safely. I'm not saying it's guaranteed not to work out. I'm just saying it's not a smart idea. So anyway, theory number 2 is that somebody royally screwed up and, I don't know, fat-fingered it to 35,784, because that is an awfully weird, arbitrary number. How do you filter out a couple fraudulent ones, refund a couple whatever they did, and then they had 5 left in the first place? They're supposed to, let's say, relist 30. I don't know. And instead of typing quantity 30, you accidentally type 35,784. Well, okay, minus 11,995, so like whatever that is. Because that is total sold. They would have had to have typed in the difference on the relist. Theory number 3 is that some greedy upper management asshole who doesn't know what they're doing saw how quickly, 6 minutes, 12,000 of them sold out and said, oh my God, we just left so much money on the table by only printing 12. Change the quantity to a higher number. We'll just print more real quick. We will put in an emergency order at the printing facility, which there's some problems with that. Let's say the printing facility is sitting there doing absolutely nothing. They have no other customers, no other orders, which is ridiculous. To set up the machines, run a test run, make sure it's good, get them all run off, cut and packaged, and then shipped to Wizards of the Coast fulfillment warehouse, or I should say Hasbro's. You're looking at a week if it was a miracle. Well, even looking at the completed auction, it says free standard shipping in the U.S., estimated delivery between Monday, May 6th and Wednesday, May 8th, which is, let's see. Yeah, that's just priority mail time. That's 24 hours handling, not realistically a week and a half to 2 weeks. So if you decide, oh, we'll just make more and it'll be kind of like a back order and we'll just ship them out 2 weeks late, eBay doesn't go for that. Yeah, it's Hasbro, but guess what? Yeah, it's eBay, and customers come first, not some douchey company who decided to lie to people. If you ship out what would be about 23,700-ish, you ship out that many sales worth of product 2 weeks late, the automated system will suspend their account after about 3 days. Let alone what they would do manually. they'll be kicked off of eBay forever. So which one of these 3 disaster scenarios do you think is most likely? They lied and made it 36K ahead of time, and they were only going to post the additional amount if the first one sold out in minutes. And they're opening themselves up to massive bad PR, not to mention getting sued, not to mention FTC federal charges, because you can't do this. You cannot tell people we're running off 12,000, that's it, it's limited, and then make more. You can't do that. That is not allowed. That is against the law. Or did somebody pull an oopsie and accidentally relist an amount that wasn't supposed to be there, and now they have to refund probably about 15,000 orders? Because remember, people can buy too. Or did they just say, let's add on 20,000 more in back orders, and they're going to ship 2 weeks late and piss everybody off? Well, in option 1 and 3, they just tripled the supply, which is going to crash the price. So everybody's stupid enough to buy this god-awful garbage product. You just got screwed if it's number 1 or 3. And if it's option 2, and that many of them don't exist, and only 12,000 exist and somebody did an oopsie, they're probably going to request from eBay a dump of everybody's information, and they'll just like send out a bulk eBay message or something in the mail that's like, ooh, we did an oopsie, here's some reparations like they did last time. And it'll be like, probably not a box topper this time, but like, I don't know, maybe a free MTGO gift card or arena code or something. Or maybe like a Japanese anime, like chibi drawn artwork of Mark Rosa saying, I'm really sorry. Some fat-fingered intern screwed up and we're really sorry. P.S. You ain't getting shit. We're canceling the order. Well, I mean, I told you guys this product would be a disaster one way or another, either by the price of Jace or Ugin falling, which, let me remind you, is propping up the entire profit margin of this entire set, and the rest of them are probably going to drop by 50% within a week, which is how every Magic set works, although this isn't every Magic set, so it's not a sure thing. But remember, pre-order prices are always lower than release prices. But yeah, I said it would either be a financial disaster or they would screw something up or lie to you. And well, ding, 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 I was right. What's my prize? I don't know, smug satisfaction of not buying this. Didn't even consider it for 2 seconds. I'm sitting there hitting F5. I'm like, oh, look, there's still some left. Oh, look, there's still some left. Didn't even consider it. So good luck to everybody who bought this shitstorm. And I can't wait to hear Wizard's explanation for this. See you guys next disaster.